Hello everyone! What's up? Welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing great. My name is Lady Calamere and I am doing my 282nd presentation, and it will be on the Irish goddess Eriu. So she's spelled as Eriu. Now, you'll notice Ireland. The word Ireland gets its name from the goddess Eriu, which she eventually becomes pronounced as Erie, and you'll hear also Ireland also be called Erin. Erin go bragh. You ever heard that term? Erin go bragh, which is Erin go bragh. Sorry, I'm not pronouncing it right. Erin go bragh. So, best way I can pronounce it. So sorry. So, anyways, her name makes up, her name becomes the name of the island of Ireland, the Emerald Island. The Emerald Isle, sorry. The Emerald Isle. Blah. So, we have this card, Eriu. This card underneath it. So, this card, what a lovely card, huh? Such a lovely card. And it comes from this wonderful deck, which I do recommend if you are interested in Celtic goddesses, queens, and witches. It's called The Celtic Goddesses, Witches and Queens Oracle by Danu Forrest and Dan Goodfellow. You can get it on Amazon.com, your local pagan store, New Age store, or bookstore. Check it out. Maybe you can even find it on eBay. So anyways, she wasn't a queen. She wasn't a queen at all, but she is a goddess of sovereignty. So I look at the goddess as maiden, warrior, mother, crone, and sovereign queen. But of course there is so much more aspects to the goddess, but the main divisions. And I see her as not only just like a mother, but also sovereign. And she is a sovereign goddess. So Eriu, she is a goddess of the land, the Irish heritage, the Irish people. She is the power and the spirit of the land. She is the pride of Ireland. And some people in Ireland forget that her name her name is given to the land. They remember Bridget or St. Patrick. But Eriu, her her name is derived from a Celtic word which I can't even pronounce. I hope I'm not pronouncing it right. I'm going to try to pronounce it. Ivero. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Ivero. What is it? Iveriu, and it comes from meaning big, robust, fat, and she's also a Proto-Indo-European word. Comes from piwe, which means fertile. She is the fat of the land, the fertility of the land. So she is basically the land that feeds nature, the land that feeds people, the land that feeds life. She is the richness of the land. She is the food of the land. She is the life of the land, the life-giving power of the land. She is a goddess of abundance, prosperity, and she can also be used for wealth. Wealth of money, wealth of power, and the wealth of your cattle, the wealth of your agriculture, the wealth of your garden, even if it's just a humble little garden. She is the humbleness. Her color that has been associated with her is green, and also people also associate emerald with her, hence the Emerald Ireland, or any green stones will do. So any of the schemes of scheme of color of green. Now, the land is the mother, and in pagan times, and even into Elizabethan times, the kings, in order to rule, had to do a metaphoric marriage to the goddess, the land, or the land itself, in order to rule or to be seen to be worthy to rule. And it will be the land that says you are not fit to rule anymore, and the king was dethroned by the goddess, by one of the goddesses. So in the book of the Taking of Ireland, you will see that she has sisters that are also lend its name to the land, at least poetically. It used to be their names, but now it's stuck with Eriu or Erin, Ireland. But her sisters are, who were just also a sovereign, Folda and Banba. There was a great war after the many different invasions. A great war when the Malaysians came against the Tuatha De Danann. And the Tuatha De Danann fought as heroically and powerfully as they could. But the Malaysians eventually won. The three sisters came to Ormegan. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong. He wasn't a king, he was more of a poet druid. And they said that, yes, you have beaten us, but we will bless your endeavors. If you name Armageddon, Amergin, Amergin, the druid Armageddon. I have to think of the word Armageddon. I'm sorry, or American. So it's Drumonomics. So Armageddon. So they went to the druid, and they said that with their intuitive powers, that they sensed the age of the Malaysians is upon the land, and the Tuatha De Danann were to go beneath the land or through the veils into the spiritual veil, and that's where they will live. So American meets the three sisters. The sacred on the top of I can't pronounce the word, so I actually wrote something down. Very rarely do I write anything down. UISNEACH. I'm gonna say yeah, I'm sorry. Nope, I'm not gonna say it. I did, but UISNEACH, which is the sacred hill, the heart of Ireland, and requested that they would name it the land after them, and that they will bless their endeavors. So American said yes. Now, what happened to Banba and Folda? Well, the name Eriu stuck, Ireland. But poetically, Ireland is also called Banba and Folda. Each one wanted their name, so they had their own reasons. To this day, there are pagans that still, worship Eriu as sovereignty. And I mean, literally, look up on YouTube. There is actually a short video of people asking for favors and during a ritual. Now you can go to the sacred hill where this meeting happened to this very day, and it is to this very day considered sovereign ground to modern day where people go. It's located in County Westmeath, and that's the center of Ireland. I hope I'm pronouncing it Westmeath, Westmeath. So, and it's one of the most sacred and historic places, a sanctuary. And even today, fire festivals take place each May to celebrate Beltane, to mark the start of, well, now spring, but it was summer. So back then you had two seasons: winter, summer, summer, winter, winter, summer, summer, winter. Now we threw in autumn and spring. But now it's considered like to celebrate spring, but it was originally the beginning of summer, where Samhain is summer's end, right? So Beltane was the beginning of summer. So this was also, Beltane was also used as a sacred day and night to honor this goddess of sovereignty. Ireland is always usually seen as the mother. She's sometimes they call the land the poor old woman, but it's just had some matriarchal associations to the land. So a lot has been lost about Eriu because these were penned down by Christians, okay? And the pagans did by word of mouth. And that's how they did it. But unfortunately, sometimes when you do word of mouth and you don't write it down and you lose your history or you get invaded, you're going to have to rely on those who conquered you to write down your stories, your spiritual practices, religion, culture, whatever. And you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be splashed with their beliefs and not totally yours. So that's why it's good that we are writing things down. We have books, we have things on the internet. Some of them are good, some of them are crap. However, we have to write things down because we never know. Is there going to be a World War III? Is there going to be is another is a patriarchal religion going to conquer the whole world again? Where will we have to go into hiding? And we have our writings. You know what I mean? So, yes. Let's put our beliefs down into word. Anyways, off that subject. We see in this card, she is beautiful. She's always seen as beautiful, matronly or young, and voluptuous. She is the land, and she's holding out wheat and food. And you see this? She's holding up life, greenery. And look at her sovereignty. That she is part of the land, but yet she's a living goddess. Beautiful card by Celtic goddesses, witches, and queens. So, as you know, is that I have Irish in my family. I have Irish ancestry. And yeah, so I use this image. This is not a traditional image of Eru, but when I saw it, I said, my God, that's definitely the goddess. I have to have her. And I got her at Michael's. I believe I got that at Michael's. And she's a fantasy figure, but she's definitely worthy of the image of Eru. So she is the daughter of Hermas. In different texts, she is associated with the Fomorians. Also, she's associated with the Dagda and Lu. Eru falls in love in one of the stories. She falls in love with a Fomorian king named Ilatha. So in other stories, she in other stories she has different lovers. Okay, it's not just one. She has different consorts. So it is said that even Ilatha seduced Eru, and she becomes the mother of their son Brez. So it is Brez the beautiful. The Brez the beautiful. Ilatha gives her a ring so that he would later recognize his own offspring, who had become the half Fomorian king. And it was a story where this stranger comes up to Eru and he asks if he can have an hour of lovemaking. Eru says no because he must mistake her for someone else, and he says, "Lady, I have not mistaken you for anyone else. I know who you are." So they had lovemaking for a whole hour. When he gets up, she starts to cry. He said, "Why are you crying?" "Well, because you're leaving me, and second, because I have given up my virginity." But he said that you will have, in 9 months, you will have a beautiful boy. Give him the name Brez. I can't pronounce that word. Just another word after, but it means Brez the beautiful. And even though he was very beautiful, he wasn't anything special, but she was the one who raised him and nurtured him, and eventually he becomes king, right? So there's also another story, and it's about one of the legends of the invasions of the Malaysians, who are who make up the modern people of Ireland today. And his name was Don Macmillan. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. Don Macmillan. Please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing it right. But Don Macmillan, also known as the Dark Eber, also called Brown Eber, Eber Dawn. And this man was jealous, mean, malevolent, nasty, cruel, and he meets up with the goddess Eriu. And Eriu asked that her name be named after the land itself. Basically, Don Macmillan, Eberdon, basically spits at her, insults her, pretty much gives her the finger, right? You know, just waves her off. Eriu curses him, sentences him to death. And shortly after this curse, he drowns. Wee! Who cares? You know, that's what you get. You don't treat a woman that way. So, yeah, people shouldn't treat people that way. But anyways, I digress. He drowns. Bloop, 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 bloop. He drowns, and we see her power. We see that she's not going to just roll over like a dog. She's not going to roll over and play rover, right? So, anyways, that's one of the stories that about her. So anyways, this goddess is also a goddess of feeding and food, to have plenty. She gives us life. She gives us food. She gives us plenty. She's also has other sons. She has said different texts that she has, that she's paired, that she's in love. She has a consort or husband, Grian, means the son of the sun, S-O-N of the S-U-N, son of the sun. And that she's also has a husband named Grian, which is a male form, the male masculine name of the sun, or deals with the solar aspect. It's not just the sun, it's a solar aspect. So again, the Irish gods are not going to be pigeonholed, okay? So a solar aspect, a sun or solar aspect. And she will help you to understand when you should be independent, when you need to be independent, when you need to take a sovereign position, when you need to honor your body, when you need to honor, as men, your life-giving qualities and the women life-giving qualities, where we need to nurture ourselves. Not just nurture everyone else. We also need to take time. Hey, Boo. Little Boo is here. Lady Boss, boopity boo. Lady Boss, come on up. Speaking of sovereignty, we have a sovereign queen right here. Lady Boss, Lady Boss. Little Boo. Isn't she cute? She wants to be with me and you. So, honoring your body, honoring yourself, nurturing yourself is okay. It is not selfish to take care of your needs. It is not selfish to honor yourself. It is not selfish to nurture your body, mind, and spirit. And Eriu is a nurturer. She is a preserver. She is the life giver and the preserver. She can be used for spells of nurturing, preservation, money, prosperity, posterity, to also honor the land that you live in, whether you live in Ireland or not, to honor the earth. Eriu is not just a static piece of land. She is the goddess of sovereignty. So take a moment just to think about your little garden, maybe your little potted plant, and honor it. Green plants are great to honor her. So I just want to read a little bit from this as a prayer to Eriu. And it comes from, again, this book. Eriu, call me home to you. Let me lie upon your breast and know the ease of a well-loved child. May I find the wealth of your land within my heart, and may the bounty of your blessing give life to my dreams and to all my kin. May I know your generosity and your kindness, and know this endless abundance within myself and all things. So we see kindness and generosity. She's not stingy. She's not greedy. She's not jealous. She's not hateful. Yes, she did curse. She did curse. And she did make that guy drown. Oh, well, too bad. So, she also Neat is also depending her son or her husband, depending on the stories or what's being said. And she is, oh, here comes little Boo. She is with little Boo, and little Boo is with her. So, yes, Irish paganism is alive. People forget that. The Tuatha De Danann are alive. They are with us. She is the one that can help you connect with the land, with whatever land you're on. She can help you connect with green, the green. I know I sound like, what's his name? Oh, he's a DC character. I just can't think of it right now. He deals with this green. I don't know. Swamp Thing. That's what I'm thinking. Swamp Thing. That he's connected with the green. What are you doing, Boo? So she is of the tribe of the Tuatha De Danann. She does not have a link with Tir na Nog. Tir na Nog. Hope I'm pronouncing Tir na Nog. She does not have a link with that. Okay? Now, Eriu Eriu has powerful intuitive powers. She can help us connect with our intuition. She's able to sense things. And she will teach us to sense things, what's wrong and what's right, what is to be, and how can we change with the times and not be static. How can we change, go with the flow? So she will help us change. Things that we can offer her. We can offer her cake, bread, cream, butter, milk. We can offer her sweets. We can offer her grain and cereal, breads. We can offer her cakes and ale and mead and wine, sweet wines, fruits and vegetables, things that we pull from our garden. We harvest from our garden or our land. Things we can go to Walmart. I mean, if you don't have a farmer's market, I mean, you can go to Walmart and get her some things. You can make her a nice green salad. You can make her like especially green stuff like star fruit, and you could slice it and make it into a star, and you can make it as decorative as you want. Give her honey cakes, give her honey, give her candy, give her green things like green plants and Even green carnations is a good one. Oh, green carnations is good. Green clovers, a 3-leaf clover, a 4-leaf clover, whatever, clovers. And we can give her pretty things, pretty ribbons, pretty things, pretty trinkets, and green emeralds too, and green things like moss agate is a good one for her. Green jade is another. Serpentine is a good stone for her. So we can decorate her altar or just give it to her, these stones, whether it's a raw emerald or a precious cut emerald. We can give her gold and silver and, American money, which is green. We can give her American paper money. Why is this acting this way since I plugged it in? My camera's acting funny. I don't like that. Let me unplug it, see what happens. Please tell me there's nothing wrong with my camera. I've dropped this phone too many times. There probably is. Oh, there we go. So maybe it was just trying to focus. Anyways. Come on, man. So we can give her things like that. We can make her things. We can buy things for her. We can grow plants in her honor or plant a tree in her honor. We can, in her honor, we can feed nature. Okay, appropriate, healthy foods. We can feed the Fae folk in the name of Eriu and make friends with the spirit of the land, or whatever land we are, to make peace. To broker a peace deal, if we have to. Not all the spirits out there like us. Some of them just don't like certain people, some of them just are mean, but whatever. But if you can, broker a peace. If you have to, I'm not going to get into anything like exorcisms and stuff like that. But she there brokered a deal. And she knew how to make a deal. She knew the time was changing and she went with the flow. So she can help us broker a deal. Or a peace deal. To bring peace. Or to bring a new cycle that we can go with, or to a way that we can be remembered. She became remembered. Even if they forgot who she was, her name was embedded in the land, where she can help us do the same too. So, yes, she can help us be remembered. She has a great strong influence. She can influence things. She can influence things for us. She can help us with our legacy, even after we are long gone. Now I want to go back into reading this, and I do recommend these cards. Oh my goodness, they are beautiful. Where did I put? Oh, it's here. So, let's see. Eriu calls upon you to honor your inner sovereignty, as well as to honor the land as a life-giving God. Since I just say that, too often in the modern world, our attention is pulled away from honor and reverence for our own inner natures and the great sanctity of life itself, as more mundane currents carry us in their flow. Pause instead now and begin by honoring your body and the body of the earth. Didn't I just say that? See how they are one and the same. What we do to the land, we do to ourselves, and vice versa. And remember, what we do to the earth, this is coming from me, is going to be passed to our children, our grandchildren, and their children. Honor the fecundity that surrounds you, the great wealth of possibility and abundance that is always yours for the taking, and that will take root within your soul given the slightest opportunity. It is not hard. Instead, returning to life is the easiest route of all. So she's telling us to live a life. Don't just be in I know sometimes we have to go into survival mode. We have to go into just existing mode. I've been there. But she wants us to truly live, laugh, and enjoy. Why is this acting up again? Oh, dear God. Please tell me there's something. The other day I really dropped this hard. And I think something's wrong with my camera. And that means I don't know what I'm going to do about these presentations. So I'm trying to figure out if I can focus in or out of things. So just bear with me. Why does everything have to act up today? So she deals with the power of living, not just life, but of truly living and enjoying yourself. To enjoy your body and who you are. To realize your own sovereign self. I'm so sorry I have to keep adjusting this, but I don't know what's going on with my camera. You see what I mean? Oh my God. And my insurance ran out on this, so that's great. Anyways, whatever. So she is, again, so she is the one who grants. She's one of the ones, our land, to grant rulership. So she can also grant you power when you need it. To take back your power. To take back your power from people or from a situation. And I understand it's not that easy said and done. It's like, oh, if you're not happy where you are, then move. That's not always easy. If you don't like your job, get a new one. Again, that's not always easy to do. Oh, if you don't like your other half, then get a divorce. That's not always easy to do. It's easier said than done. And people have to realize that. She is the feminine power. She'll represent men too, of course, but she's definitely represents woman power, feminine power. And we women should be lifting each other up and not pushing us down. There are some places where women do not matter. They do not have any power. They do not have any say. They are to not even be seen. They're to be covered up and not even heard. We need to eventually, somehow, someway take back our power. Not to dominate, not to be cruel, but to be equal and have a fair society. And to be treated with respect that we deserve. Not to be someone's plaything. Not to be someone's slave. Not to be someone's, cook or washwoman. that we are truly significant and we truly matter and we are not less than. She helps us remember that. So again, she has various ways of lovers and husbands and consorts. Her so her son Brez was the Brez that was slain by the god Lugh, or pronounced sometimes Lugh, from the old Irish Lugh, and when she's pronounced Lugh today. So Brez became a bad king, and in which he had to be usurped. He wasn't a good king. He became bad. So he was spoiled. So what else can I say? You can make her cookies, by the way. Let's go back into offerings. Cookies. Make her sweets. Bake her, you can bake it, buy it. You can give her a one of those health bars, those energy bars, like a Cliff bar, a Luna bar. She helps us. She's willing to reach out to you if you reach out to her. We need to learn that we are supposed to be custodians. We are supposed to be caretakers of the land, not the destroyers of land. I do recommend this beautiful deck. This is the only picture card that I have of her. That I think I might have another picture of her, but I don't think so. So these are the images I have of her. And you see, you can get an altar cloth like this for her. And whether it's a permanent altar or a temporary altar, this is actually good, like the Tree of Life. The image of the Tree of Life is great for her. And I think I have it upside down. Oh well, I'm sorry. And now this thing is readjusting. But she is truly of Ireland. She is truly an Irish goddess. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something today. If you did, please like and subscribe. I've noticed that most of the people who are watching my channel are not subscribers. You can open up a YouTube account. This way you can comment or like and subscribe, and you'll never have to miss the show. I do these for free. So the money that you would give to me, give to something like Greenpeace. Okay? So the money you would have given to me in my Patreon account, give it to Greenpeace or to an organization that takes care of the land and helps with the cleanup of the environment. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And another thing that you can do is wish me well and my cats well and send good luck and prosperity my way. So this way you can pay me. So pay me by liking and subscribing and send some good energy and give some money to organizations and charities that help the land. Thank you so much. As always, blessed be.